What's one lesson you want a CEO to take away from Choose?
Oh man. I don't have just one.
Well, that's what makes it hard. Choose one.
So this came up in a podcast, and I'm going to go with this because I think it reflects on how good of a leader we had. You know what Jonathan remembers most from Choose about Jerry? That he took out the trash.
Oh, they took out the trash. Yep. I was going to say that he cried when he announced to the team about the acquisition.
Yeah, he did do that too. But he took out the trash. So for those of you who don't know the story, most of you probably don't, our first office in Plano, and just a suburb of Dallas, was an old dentist office. And literally, when I say old dentist office, I mean our reception desk still had the windows.
Man, that is such good memory.
One restroom, Craigslist furniture, bare bones. And so in an eating area that was, I don't know, like 8x8 rooms, tiny. Anyways, trash is in there. Jerry, every week, clean the bathroom, take out the trash. And that's not a business thing, but you just see that and you go, that guy's in it with me.
Yeah.
And so that's the advice I would give to an entrepreneur is your team notices how you do everything, even if it's small, even if it's meaningless. But the message you send by doing something like taking out the trash says that we're in this together. I'm not above anyone. And I can't tell you, and I tell people this all the time. When I started at Choose, if you would have looked at it, you would have said that was an obvious career move. That's a high growth startup funded by KP.
Dallas.
Out in the Bay. You get to stay in Dallas. You get everything. I joined Choose because of Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down with Jerry. I actually taken another offer. I was done with energy. And I called Anita and I said, I think I'm going to make 30% less than what the last offer I just got on a job was, but I've got to work for that guy. And then you see it time and time again. But I just thought it was fascinating that we were recapping a podcast the other day, and Jonathan literally goes, that guy reminds me of Jerry because like he feels like he would take out the trash. I mean, and it's like I don't know, man. That's not a business lesson. I'm not saying that like Jerry was a brilliant sales guy. There was many times I sat on the phone with Jerry and watched him walk someone into the decision that he wanted them to make. Tactically, he was really good at what he did. But he took out the trash.
People remember how you make them feel, not what you did for them.
Yeah. Flipping that around, what's the first thing you tell a CEO? You're at a different stage, but what do you tell them?
So I appreciated how ultimately when we decided to choose to proceed with an M&A process, the board, Dave Mount, Kleiner Perkins, now G2, they just said, sure, you guys know best. And I think it's very easy for board members to jump in and pretend like they're faux operators. And that was really hard for me in my first few years back at Energize. But I do respect, at least from the M&A process, how you always need to trust that management knows best when to seek an exit. If they're telling you, whether body language, fatigue, telling you straight up, listen. So I think that was an important part. And I think if we had stayed longer, maybe there was a little more premium, but fatigue would have probably crushed the business.